Hello and welcome all you starfish and underwater squirrels. SpongeBob is more than covered enough on YouTube, to the point where no matter the subject that I tackle, it's likely covered. Luckily, I have a thing called an opinion. There's definitely a lot of people out there that don't think that's a good thing. Anyway, that opinion means that this video will be different from the majority of other people's, whether it be the choices themselves or just the orderings. Disclaimer, I haven't seen every single episode of SpongeBob, but I did try to listen to the songs. I'm sure I would have missed some, but I'm guessing the ones that I missed would have been smaller in length songs that I probably wouldn't have included anyway. I just wanted that disclaimer because I want people to be aware of how my list was formed, and I don't want people thinking I've lied to them. This video will not contain songs from either SpongeBob movie, which means unfortunately no Goofy Goober Rock, or Now That We're Men. It also won't include cover songs, which sadly means no Sweet Victory. Anyway, with that palaver out of the way, transition, stop. I'm still top.
And then I'm sure that you will see what an awesome band we still could be.
If I'm being honest, when I was looking through songs to make this list, I knew which ones would be on it almost instantly. However, this song was in an episode that I hadn't seen, and I had heard good things about the song. I thought it'd be better for me to watch the episode, and it might have been. But the song was very general about the whole situation. You get the general vibe, even if you haven't seen the episode. The song is pretty damn good. It's nice for Squidward to get a decent singing role for once. Despite him being the main character with an interest in music, he rarely actually sings, which I suppose makes sense since the show jokes about him not being very good, but it's still nice to see. Here.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
The fun song, to put it simply, is fun. SpongeBob can be annoying at points. That's a part of his character, and I wouldn't change that. Sometimes it can go a bit too far though. Other times, and most of the time, we get a vibe like we get here. Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm for him to be happy himself, and to make others be happy. SpongeBob and Plankton always have a good relationship. Mr. Krabs and Plankton are very similar characters. We get the guy that's technically good and the guy that's technically bad, but I genuinely think it was the luck of the draw which became which. The origin story made it clear they were both similar. SpongeBob and Plankton are complete opposites though, and no matter how cynical and evil Plankton can be, SpongeBob always tries to replace it with insane optimism. This song is incredibly memorable. It's short, so it's easy to remember the lyrics, but I don't choose to remember the lyrics. They're just stuck in my head, in a good way. It's a catchy song, but not one that gets so encoded in your head it becomes irritating. Instead, it is just a really memorable song balancing the niceness of SpongeBob and the evilness of Plankton. It's short, but it does what it needs to. Gives us the idea of what the characters consider fun.
And it's my nose picking, sharing, gum and sand licking here with my best buddy. When Big Larry came round just to put him down, SpongeBob turned into a clown.
This is a weird one for me. I am always going to enjoy a song more if it sounds believable coming from a character's mouth. This song does not sound like it fits coming from SpongeBob's mouth. However, SpongeBob as a show is better at handling this than most shows. I feel like when a lot of other shows do this, they do it as a one-off joke. SpongeBob on the other hand does this a decent amount throughout the series, and thus it's able to own its ridiculousness. The song appears to be a parody of Be True to Your School by the Beach Boys. The song is pretty catchy, and while I'm not a big fan of the episode around the song is definitely the highlight.
And you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants. Let's gather around the campfire and sing our campfire song. RCAMPFIRESONG song.
This song is stupid. In the best possible way. Sure, I'm willing to admit it's not the smartest thing in the world. I feel like I'm both Squidward and SpongeBob during the song, just sitting for it confused, but actually wanting to sing it. It, like pretty much every song on this list, is incredibly catchy. That's what makes or breaks most SpongeBob songs, as the lyrics are reliant on the absurdity of what is being said, rather than witty jokes being stuffed in. My favourite part is the highly obnoxious, but not too obnoxious, line that Patrick gets. easily the saddest song on the list. There is another song on this list that most people probably expect to be on this list that is also pretty sad. The difference is that when you have the actual characters singing, for me the emotion is slightly lower. Gary Come Home, on the other hand, has a different voice singing, whilst we focus on SpongeBob's intense efforts to find the pet that he loves. The song feels more human than any other song from the show, and even most episodes from most shows, which is impressive considering it's a show where we follow a sponge. The episode is genuinely pretty sad, and to me this song is the peak of the sadness. It's probably the least catchy song on the list, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't damn well remember the lyrics and tune.
My latest 3-word poem. Gary come home.
Who am I? I just can't remember.
Let's face it, this song isn't exactly anything genius. The lyrics aren't the most amazing thing in the world, and it isn't the catchiest thing in the world. It's definitely good at both of those things, but hey, unlike a lot of other songs, the catchiness isn't what makes it so great. No, what makes this one so great is the mimicry. The whole episode just feels like a way to show off Tom Kenny and his amazing voice acting abilities. He is easily one of my favourite voice actors. The mimicry builds up throughout the episode, but reaches its peak in this song for me. SpongeBob quickly going from impression to impression is really impressive. It makes me wonder if this song was recorded in one take or not. To me, it's impressive as hell either way. Either Tom Kenny did all of the impressions right after each other, or he did them individually, but somehow had to get the momentum back into his voice to make it sound fluid and as if it was in one take. I'm edging towards the latter, but either way, impressive.
Hello? To whom am I speaking?
I don't. A stove is a stove, no matter where you go.
A patty is a patty. That's what I say.
If the song was 10 or 20 seconds longer, then I think it would have moved up a slot, or maybe even 2. As it stands, it's certainly a good song. Great even. The song shows off the bond between SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs. I've always felt like SpongeBob looks up to him like a dad, and the beginning of the episode around the song has Mr. Krabs crush SpongeBob. The song revolves around the sadness both feel being separated. This is one of the only times Mr. Krabs seems emotional other than just over money, or Pearl. It's just a great song, but unfortunately, a bit of a short one.
Without you. Bring joy to the world, it's the thing to do. But the world does not revolve around you. Don't be a jerk. It's Christmas.
While I'm definitely not a consistent watcher of the middle and later seasons of SpongeBob, there's no denying that there's some good episodes, at least for me. This song has SpongeBob giving examples of jerkish behaviour and telling you not to do it because it's Christmas. It obviously works within the context of the episode. I mean, if it didn't, it wouldn't be on here, but seeing a video of Tom Kenny singing this made me like it even more. I'm going to leave a link to that video in the description. There's so much energy in this song, and it being such a fun song just makes it really enjoyable for me. The animation style is also a nice change.
Don't be a jerk. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. Take a penny and some magic. Even though your life is tragic, you can throw all your dreams down the well.
I feel like singing this one whenever I hear it. Don't worry, I'll spare your ears from my ear-piercing whiny singing. Yes, the song is quite cruel towards Squidward, but some of it is the way the show angles it rather than the way SpongeBob aims for it to come across. Malicious intent to me isn't present here, and it's malicious intent for me that changes a character from being a likeable to an unlikable person. I like tons of characters that are unlikable people, but that shouldn't be SpongeBob. SpongeBob should be a character that is likable because he's so innocent he doesn't realise what he's doing is wrong. Kind of like a puppy getting its training. The enthusiasm in SpongeBob's voice mixed in with Patrick's face is brilliant. I know I most likely enjoy this one more than most people, but hey, this is my list. I'm not going to go with the popular choices for the sake of it, even if most of these are popular.
We're at the bottom of a well, but man, won't it be swell when we make everyone's wishes all come true.
Gonna try to be a bit faster paced with the honourables this time. The Krusty Krab pizza song didn't make it on the list because I barely class it as a song and see it more as just a humorous moment. The striped sweater song is similar to the Krusty Krab pizza song, but also the striped sweater song didn't make it because SpongeBob is intentionally supposed to sound bad at singing. As for Hey All You People, that didn't make it due to its length and just being cut because I don't like it as much. The Best Day Ever I find catchy in a bad way. I don't find it smart or nice sounding, it just gets stuck in my head due to its repetition. Sing a Song of Patrick Star is decent, but I'm not a massive fan of the tune, and it relies on random humour a bit too much for my taste. Lastly, the songs from Atlantis SquarePants I don't dislike, but I also don't think any deserve to be anywhere near my top 10.
It's shaping up to be a wonderful holiday, not your normal average everyday.
Yeah, I know. It's the second Christmas song on the list, and they're both very high up. I'd say I'm biased because I love Christmas, but in reality, one of my favourite things about Christmas are the cartoon and sitcom episodes revolving around it. Not many of the SpongeBob songs have many of the characters singing. This one is still relatively held back in that department. This isn't Family Guy's All I Really Want song. We get mostly SpongeBob and Patrick, but also a decent amount of Squidward. And Plankton and Mr. Krabs also get a little to do. There are tons of Christmas songs that play at Christmas, but no Christmas song gets me more in the Christmas mood than this song. I love the yada 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 moment in the song because it's the kind of thing I can show to someone that considers SpongeBob annoying and say, "This'll convince you," which I also do with the "I don't know, what do you want to do today" moment. I'm such a bitch. There is a fault in the song for me, but it's so minor that I can put up with it enough for this song to still be my favourite. SpongeBob and Patrick knocking down Squidward's tree is really irritating because I'm unsure what mindset they were under. They just smile. It's a minor issue. This song is just a classic moment of SpongeBob and Patrick's optimism bouncing off of Squidward's cynicism. I love this song.
This Christmas feels like the very first Christmas to me. This Christmas feels like the very first Christmas to me.
That is all for this video. I know this list has probably been done to death already, like any SpongeBob related content on YouTube. Hopefully I had enough of a different perspective to make this video interesting enough to sit through, even if my choice of songs are similar to someone else's. Same thing can be said for my top 10 episodes video. Anyway, thank you for watching, let me know your list in the comments, until next time, bye I guess.